And joining us now from his office is Councillor Chris Ainsworth for Ward 4 of the City of Vaughan. Welcome to the CJN Daily.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's good to meet you. We're, of course, speaking about a project which is kind of hard not to notice if a person drives down Bathurst in Richmond Hill or Vaughan and sees all the digging that's going on. Maybe you can tell us and confirm for us what this is at the Schwartz-Reisman Center.
This is an exciting upcoming project that should be ready, I think, within the next couple of years. They've already started construction, and what it's going to be is 2 hockey pads for the neighborhood to enjoy.
Tell me how that private-public partnership works, or it's kind of government. Yeah, it is private because UJA Federation is and Lebovic is private. How does that work? Who pays for what, and who gets to use it, and who runs it?
Well, it's private. It was basically the money was donated, you're aware, and then they worked on building it. This is something that they've been wanting to do for a while. So they had to hire an architect. They went through our planning department. It came where we had to approve the application is what I was looking for there. The application, and everything's been approved, and now it's a green light, and it's very exciting.
And how much, if anything, of taxpayers' money or I guess Vaughan money is going into this, if any?
Well, we've had to move. There was a baseball diamond and there was a soccer field that had to be moved over because now where the baseball diamond was, they had to build an extension of the parking. So that's something, I guess, that would be paid through. Yeah, they're paying for that. That's part of the money that they donated that will cover all that expense.
No, but so I didn't go to the southwest side today. I only went to the southeast side, of course, the visible digging. So are you saying that the soccer field, it's still there, the soccer field, as far as I know, and the playground and everything, that's a city park, isn't it?
Correct. But stuff is being shifted over so that they can allow for the additional parking that the new arena is going to need, because parents will be coming in and dropping kids off. So they need a loop for them to turn around. So that will all be in there.
And how does that impact the community? Because why do we need 2 hockey rinks in that area that is attached to the Jewish Community Center?
At this point, there's a shortage of hockey rinks. We're like most Canadians, we all like to play hockey, and there's just not enough indoor or outdoor arenas. So it's a very welcomed arena that we've got being built. And as I said at the beginning of this interview, it'll be widely used, I'm sure, for community events, for rep hockey. It's going to be, private to free skating, the list goes on.
So is this going to be part of the City of Vaughan's, I guess, sports recreation department is just being built by the private Jewish community and then they get to use it when they need it too? Or is it only going to be a public one and they have to sort of compete for ice time for, let's say, their house league or the Jewish Chai, I think it's called Chai Maccabee, whatever they call it, Yeah.
And they'll have it. It's theirs. If we want to use it, we would have to rent and the city would have to pay for the ice time. But we do have an agreement with them where they're going to allow us, some allotment of time.
So you won't have to rent, or you will?
We won't and we will. If we want to do extra, we would, yes.
And this is something completely maybe unique. As far as I'm aware, in the Jewish community centers of North America, I do not think there has ever been one that has actually hockey rinks attached to it. What do you know about that?
It's the first of the kind. You're right, 100%. They're kind of the leading edge there. They're always doing, such amazing things in that whole building. They've got the arena center attached over on the one side. And they've got all these world-class doctors, that operate out of the second floor. So I'm not surprised that they're doing this. As I said, it's a wonderful addition to the community, and it'll be well perceived. I know when we were in the planning stage and we had to put out public notices, we got 0 complaints. if anything, I got emails and phone calls with excited residents that, can't wait for this to be built. So it's a very positive thing. But as I said, there's two pads. The pads are not side by side. They're lengthwise. They're like it's a long a hockey arena is what it's going to be. Because normally when you go to most hockey arenas, as you know, the pads are side by side. Because of the amount of space that they have here, they're going to be right in front of each other. So it's going to be really unique.
Do they have a number, like, could you tell us how many spectators or how many, the bleachers is going to be able to hold capacity?
From what I'm told, it'll just be a standard size one. They'll have like a second floor where people can be in the heated area, and they can look down on the ice. They'll have amenities for people to grab, like soft drinks or hot chocolate, stuff like that. But it really will be going with the theme of the rest of the building, state of the art.
How is security going to work with the Jewish building where there are threats?
I'm sure that's something I can't answer, but again, based on the way the building is now, you have to go through security to get in, and I'm sure it'd be the same there. All doors are obviously locked on the outside, and the only way you're going to be able to get through is come through the main doors areas that they've got set up, and I'm sure they're going to have security.
You said it's a several year long project. What are we talking about in terms of closing the streets or interrupting the southbound, I guess, flow of traffic over the next 2 years?
They've actually told us that they're not going to interfere with any of the traffic. They're going to be doing it step by step by step, and it won't interfere with anything. So we should be really good on that.
So that's because it's going to be NHL size or what NHL approved. What does that mean? That's going to be able to be used for regular rep hockey, normal, whatever, but it could attract, like, this isn't going to be the new arena that everyone's thinking about for the third team in Toronto, right? So, or the second team in Toronto, or is it?
Again, I can't answer that. It's still early in the stage, so I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised when they do the grand opening that they don't reach out and contact, some NHL players specifically that are Jewish to come there and, promote it.